Oh, yeah. We're going to do a sports show because we made predictions. And we have to make sure that the predictions, we have to just see how the predictions went, Okay, well, let's get this thing shared around real quickly. We do have all of the NFL to recap. We've got the Rams 17, Buccaneers 14 at halftime. And we'll keep you posted on what's going on there throughout the show. Let's see here. I'll share this around real briefly, and then we'll do a show. We didn't do the big show earlier, see, because, here's the thing. One of these days, it's probably not soon, but one of these days, I am going to tell everybody the thing that I do when I'm not doing this. And you're going to go, no. And I'm going to say, yeah. And you're going to go, no, you don't. I'm going to say, yeah. And they're going to, you're kidding me. Hello, Rosie Williams. And I'm going to say, no, I'm not kidding you. That's what I do when I'm not doing this. And so today, I had a 3-hour thing that just kind of came out of nowhere. And that's why I don't enjoy doing the thing that I do when I'm not doing this. It's just... But you're going to go, no. And I'm going to go, yeah. And you're going to go, no. And I'm going to say, yeah. And you're going to go, no. That's how it's going to go. So, there. That's exactly what's going to happen. Rosie says, I need to know now. If I could tell you, I would. But I have to keep it a total secret. That's part of why you're going to go, no. I'm going to go, yeah. You say, no. I'm going to say, yeah. So, anyway. So I did a thing for 3 hours that really... It was really not even... all the things that I do that make me miss the show are things that are a relatively colossal waste of my time. It's like I'm required to be there for decent reasons, I guess, but the amount of my time that requires me to be there is a very tiny amount of the actual time I'm there. And therefore, I don't know. I'm just used to when I'm supposed to be somewhere to do a thing that all of my time is required to do the thing. And these things, it's just a very... And then certain times, not this evening, but certain times, I just can't. Meetings are almost always a waste of time. Almost always meetings are never like really necessary or packed with useful stuff or anyway. Unless I'm in charge of the meeting. And then it's, then it's flawless. Give me a hashtag if you got one. NFL, MNF, MLS playoffs, UFC. Let's see here. I don't see any. Morty Vicker says, you got an OnlyFans for jacked up feet model like me, Tom? No, I don't have that. Wish I did. Let's see here. Get them beans on Rosie. No raisins. Anything? How about them Colts? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I picked them. We'll get to that here in a minute. All right, there's my tweet. Come on, tweet. Just tweet, would you? All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's do a show, shall we? Let's get this thing going.
Tom was a white male. Always invited to the cookout.
Always.
But he spit straight hot fire. Okay? You said who is the best commentator on Facebook Live? Tom.
Because he spit hot fire.
Because he spit hot fire.
Yo,
He even got the last name. Gulley,
and let me tell you this too. Tom potato salad good.
No raisins.
It ain't bland. No raisins. No raisins.
I don't care who owned the Chiefs. I hate it here. Make me sick. My allergy. Puke every time. Blah, like that. Puke.
Well, you're a goalie. You're supposed to be like that.
Somebody owned the Chiefs. We go to Florida and I get the money.
Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
Let me answer that. You know, that is an absolute crock of You know, you people in the news media, all of you dwell on some negative piece of like that. And I don't know how Steve feels about it, but it just and you don't have to bleep one single word of this.
That it doesn't work for me. I gotta have more cowbell.
I'm Jim Harbaugh of the Indianapolis Colts, and I recommend that you wear a helmet while listening to the show.
Oh, yeah, it's a Monday. That means we got recaps to do. Lots of recaps. We have a Monday Night Football game going on. Rams 17, field goal right at the end of the first half. Buccaneers 14. I believe I picked the Rams. In our chat room tonight here on Tom Gulley's Unnecessary Sports Show, we've got Rosie Williams and Morty Vicker, the Sultan of the Outdoor Grill. I wonder what they had for dinner tonight. I still haven't had my dinner because I had a thing. And then I went to the grocery store. It's snowing like crazy here. It's snowing. It was sheets of snow. I couldn't even see as I was driving. It's awful. Oh, it's only going to snow till 9 p.m. and then we're going to have a couple hours of, and that snow will all melt. It's like 34, 32 degrees, and then it'll start snowing again at midnight. Yeah, good times. Rosie says, I wish it was snowing over here. Well, you can have all my snow. I certainly don't want it. Hey, we're going to recap the NFL. We're going to recap Major League Soccer playoffs. We're going to recap the UFC, and we're going to cover the stories of the day. Man, Jared Goff, 21 out of 25 for 212 yards. That ain't bad, man. That ain't bad. 2 touchdowns, dude. Plus, they got that field goal right before that. You know, oh wow, interesting stories. A couple new ones that weren't around just I don't know, 15 minutes ago. So anyway, all right, let's get into this NFL recap. A lot of surprises in the NFL this weekend. A lot of surprises, but we'll see how we did. All right, here we go. Here, oh man, I don't want to look at that. All right, I'll look at it. Right now, as I mentioned, second half started. Buccaneers with the ball. So there's that. Seahawks and Cardinals Thursday night. I don't think I made a pick there. I would have picked the Seahawks, but Browns and Eagles, I picked the Browns, and the Browns did win 22-17. Saints and Falcons, I picked the Saints. They won 24-9. Washington and the Bengals, I picked the Bengals. The Bengals did win. Lions and Panthers, boy, I picked the Panthers, and the Lions just stunk up the joint, losing 20-0 in Carolina. Steelers and Jaguars, I picked the Steelers. They won 27-3. Titans and Ravens, 30-24. I think I picked the Ravens, and the Ravens lost. So there's 2 losses for me. Texans and Patriots. I know I picked the Patriots, and the Texans beat them 27-20. Broncos and Dolphins. I know I picked the Dolphins because this Tua thing, I'm telling you, it is all hype. He ain't that good. And he proved it against the Broncos. When his team doesn't return 3 kickoffs for touchdowns and a fumble and an interception for a touchdown, he's not that good. Chargers, Jets, I picked the Chargers. The Chargers won. Colts, Packers, I picked the Colts. Thank you, Rosie. And Cowboys, Vikings, I picked the Vikings. Chiefs, Raiders, I picked the Chiefs. So I missed 4 this week. I don't know how many you missed. I'm not casting any aspersions. I'm just saying. That's what I picked. Morning Vigor says, made a bone-in ribeye roast last night. Turned the leftovers into stir-trash fry with yakisoba. Ooh, man. That Morty Vicker. Telling you what. That guy will cook some stuff up for you, man. Let's see if I can find the Major League Soccer stuff. Come on, Leagues and Cups. Let's go. Come on. Leagues and Cups. Arsenal tied. They had a guy kicked out. So they had to play with 10 men. It's a bunch of hooey. All right, let's go back into our weekend. Let's see, Saturday and Sunday. Let's pick. Okay, Saturday, Orlando City tied New York City FC, and then it went to penalties, and there was bizarreness all over the penalties. First of all, the goalkeeper for Orlando already had a yellow card. He left the line early and got another yellow, so he's ejected. Now, under the rules of 2020-2021 in FIFA, they'd have gotten to sub in another goalkeeper. But because they're playing on the 2019-2020 rules, they had to use a field player in goal. Now it gets weirder. The field player they have in goal used to be a goalkeeper and actually made a huge save. But Orlando City still winning in penalties 6-5 over New York City FC. And by the way, I picked NYCFC. So there's one against me. Columbus Crew over New York Red Bull. I picked the Columbus Crew, much to my chagrin. Minnesota United over Colorado. I picked that one right because I'm never going to pick Colorado. Portland Timbers and FC Dallas also went to penalties, as did Sporting KC and San Jose Earthquakes. If I can just get that score. Sporting Kansas City won in penalties 3-0. Tim Melia, the keeper for Sporting KC, you just don't want to go up against him in penalties. He's just too tough. He's won a couple big tournaments. FC Dallas advances 8-7 on penalties. So I missed that one. So I missed 2 in Major League Soccer. Coming up Tuesday, I'll go ahead and pick these matches now. Toronto FC hosting Nashville FC. I'll take Toronto. Philadelphia Union hosting the New England Revolution. I'll take Philadelphia. And the Seattle Sounders hosting LAFC. Much as I love LAFC, they just haven't gotten it together this year. And no Carlos Vega, so I'm going to take Seattle. There we go. Hey, let's go to the UFC. The UFC, as I like to call it. Let's go to the UFC. And then we'll go back through and give you the news on all the stuff. Okay, here's the event we want. And we'll update you on the news of the stuff. But I forget who I took in all these. Maybe you guys remember. Palatnikov beating Kostka. KO, TKO punches in the third round. Dockhouse over Stoltzfus, unanimous decision. Juban over Gooden, and that was a unanimous decision as well. Dalby over Rodriguez, unanimous decision. Shevchenko over Lipsky, that was by punches in the second round. Buckley over Wright, that also punches, second round, 18 seconds in. Moreno over Royval, and that was at 4:59 of round one due to punches. Rua losing to Craig, punches, round two. Chikagian over Calvillo, unanimous decision. Means over Perry, unanimous decision. Shevchenko over Maya, unanimous decision. And, of course, Figueiredo over Perez, guillotine choke, first round, 2 minutes in. So there you go. Marty Williams says Buckley looked great. Buckley looked great. Let's see here. Over Wright. He didn't mess around in that second round. 18 seconds says. Rosie Williams says all the fights seem to drag on. Well, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 unanimous decisions out of 3 and 4 is 7 and 4 is 11, 12. So out of the 12 fights, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, half of them. Half of them. The rest of them ended early. So not terrible, but not great. Not terrible, but not great. All right, let's see here. Come on. Come on. Be good to Daddy. Come on. I hate these toy computers. I had to deal with these toy computers all day today. And did not enjoy it. Buccaneers have tied things up. 12:41 left in the third. 17-17. Let's go to the news. Torn ACL and MCL for Joe Burrow of the Bengals. So the Bengals season's even more over than it was before. And here you go. Here you go. Rosie Williams says the length in between fights took forever. Well, there's no excuse for that. The NFL issued new guidance today for its operations amid the coronavirus pandemic, most notably making it a requirement for players to wear masks on the sideline unless they have their helmet on and are preparing to enter the game. The new protocols will take effect when Week 12 begins Thursday and are backed by the threat of discipline for failure to comply. They include players who are not substituting or preparing to enter the field of play and are not wearing their helmets will be required to wear a mask or double-layered gaiter while on the sideline. Coaches who call plays will no longer have the option to wear only a face shield. Instead, they must wear a face mask or double-layered gaiter in addition to the face shield. Clubs are required to enforce the mask rules, the memo adds. Violation by players and or staff will result in accountability measures being imposed by the club. The league recommends each team designated 1 or 2 staff members to ensure compliance on the sideline. The maximum number of players who can travel has been reduced to 62. Access to club facilities has been reduced. A total of 70 people can be designated as essential football personnel. Another 25 can be named essential support personnel but can have no contact or interaction with essential football personnel. Up to 5 medical service employees can be designated for access. Media access will be limited. Total of 15 team and independent members of the media can cover outdoor practices, but independent reporters may not enter club facilities, including the practice bubble. Up to 5 team affiliated media members can cover indoor practices. Players and staff will be allowed to interact briefly after games, but then must promptly return to their locker room. Confirmed positive tests among NFL players and staff have increased alongside the rising community spread across the country. A total of 108 tests have been returned positive in the past 2 testing periods compared to 146 in the previous 11 testing periods. And man, they really got to do something about after the game. Good Lord. I'm telling you. After the game, these guys are all mask off, helmet off, just doing that loving thing that we old school people remember. They didn't talk to each other after the game. Game was over. They shook hands and went in. They didn't talk to each other before the game either. Okay. Morty Vicker says Joe Burrow knew, too. He tweeted during the game, "See you next year." What a bummer. He was going to get that Rookie of the Year for sure. Well, I think Herbert in San Diego might have something to say about that. But, yeah, he was those two are the only contenders. Rosie Williams says that was sad to watch. It was. Let's see. Vikings placed Thielen on COVID-19 list. The Bills' Sweeney out for the season due to myocarditis. Myocarditis, not a good carditis. The Ravens' Ingram and Dobbins test positive for the virus. And this is a weird story, but I'm going to read it anyway. It's an NFL story. Some beer company wanted to troll the Detroit Lions. A Detroit brewery created a beer, Same Old Lager, that seemed to poke fun at the Detroit Lions. Soon after its debut, the beer is no longer around. The Detroit Free Press reported today that Eastern Market Brewing Company has stopped making and selling the beer after Hall of Fame rushing back Barry Sanders, whose image in 8-bit form was used on the can. And he had his legal team threaten to shut down production of the beer. The can for the 4.5% alcohol content beer had a football field with what appeared to be Sanders' likeness on it, with the lettering of the beer on the packaging, the same Honolulu blue and silver coloring that the Lions used. Sanders apologized to any fans that were duped by thinking he was involved with the beer, insisting he had no affiliation with the company. Here's that image of him. So they want a same old lager, meaning there's a saying in Detroit, same old Lions. So and the brewery isn't answering phone calls. Detroit has not won a playoff game since the 1991 season and hasn't won a division title since the 1993 season. So, The Lions really do suck. I mean, there's no question about it. But maybe someday they'll get good again. Who knows? Who knows, man? Ain't no way to tell. Rams 17, Buccaneers 17. 9:09 left in the third. 4th and 2. Rams at the ball at the Tampa Bay 26. I'm assuming they will kick a field goal. So really, not that much other news in sports for this week. NBA's got a little of this and a little of that going on, but you know what? Till they get it together, why should we report on the dribs and drabs? With one hit against the Washington football team in Sunday's 20-9 loss, quarterback Joe Burrow injured multiple ligaments in his left knee. And instantly, Cincinnati's worst-case scenario for Burrow's rookie year occurred, and fans begin to wonder who was more at fault. Second-year coach Zach Taylor or the front office. Since the end of last season, the Bengals prepared themselves to draft Burrow with the first overall pick. That meant a series of uncharacteristic moves for the traditionally conservative franchise. And Burrow's injury indirectly stemmed from Bengals' desire to find the best way to continue to keep building around him. So, coming into Burrow's rookie season, there were questions about an offensive line that ranked next to last in pass block win rate. So, I don't know. You get this great quarterback and you can't even block for him. You can't even block for him. Who did I see this weekend? It was just, it was no blocking at all. It was just getting mauled. Okay, here we go. Same old lager. Oh, say, I said what? You can't fix stupid, says Rosie Williams. Boy, you got that right. Morty says, same old lager. Who told them that was a good idea? I don't know, but they're not answering their calls, and they have quit selling and everything. Rosie Williams says, what a brilliant marketing plan. Dolores Colbert says, hello, Tom and all. The Steelers are 10-0, Dolores Colbert. 10-0. Dolores says, been on Toulouse, France tonight. Well, bon voyage. I don't know what to say about that. Anyway, that's about all the sports we've got for tonight. Unless somebody wants me to cover something, or I don't know something. I don't know. There's another brother. Yeah, I don't know. I'm closing up the book, and sorry I didn't have another show today, but you didn't want to know. So that's going to do it for tonight's edition of the Unnecessary Sports Show. And I hope you guys watch the rest of the NFL game and enjoy that. And I guess all that's left to say is good night and good sports. We'll see you later.